This is Sophie Aldred with The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
Hello and welcome, fellow Whovians, to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. I'm your host, Paparazzo Dave Chapman. Welcome. So thrilled to have you guys here. Oh my God. Where is the off button for this picture? I can't even find it. We got so many pictures of this episode that I can't find the overlay. That's okay. Our producer, Christian, will do that. So welcome, everybody, to our review of The Sound of Drums. Am I here? Can people hear me? I don't even know. I'm gonna bring. There's Christian.
Well, yeah, you are. It's you're in the corner.
Oh, I'm in the corner. That's why. Okay.
And believe it or not, there's no overlay. That's why you couldn't find yourself, because you're this teeny tiny little. There you go. Little.
There. I'm up here in the corner, everybody. I'm the little genie. Woohoo!
So
I'm where you're gonna be. Hey, Christian, how's it going?
This. There we go. And I'll.
All right. Well, I mean, Christian can come back. We'll introduce Christian properly. Anyhow, thank you guys for joining us. Oh my goodness, we're running a little behind because we're running a little crazy today. That's okay. We always are. This is why you love us, right? Because we're a little bit woohoo. We've got a great show today. We are reviewing The Sound of Drums, part 2 of the Harold Saxon saga of the 10th Doctor, and we've got a great crew here. Let's start with the Chaos Coordinator, so he can put his arm down. We've got Tom coming in. Hey, Tom.
Hey.
Look at that, Chaos Coordinator. That's a good title for you.
I'm giving it to Gadget.
That's also fair.
Because I've had enough of this. Well, new timeline, new things, and yet still we show up late. And trying to figure out Christian's in the corner, but he's not in the corner. All these things, whoop de freaking do. We got to do part 2 of the part 3. Tonight's going to be nice. So please catch us next week as well.
Exactly. And next up, we've got from the TARDIS Archives, Michelle.
Hello.
Welcome back. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Great to be here. Fun episode. Can't wait to talk about it.
Excellent. And coming all the way from the other side of the pond, I think I'm going to use the right one of the 2 different versions of his camera that I got coming up. Candyman, I assume this is the correct version of you. Maybe?
We can't hear you.
We can't. Nope. No, we're gonna bring the other one in here for a second. Can we hear you on this?
Can you hear me on this one here?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you on your phone. Yeah.
This is crazy.
We got an echo.
Now we got echo.
So my phone works fine on. Oh man, this is crazy.
That's okay. What you can always fix it during the news segment. We'll have that going, and then we can see if we can figure out what's going on for you. Meanwhile, we've got our producer. Oh, who had the Danhausen? Who was that? Who was the last person you just had up there? You had where is that last comment?
Roger.
That's the one I want. Oh, it is Roger. That I love the profile picture there for Roger. That's great. Yep, Danhausen. I am a Fanhausen. It is true. I'm for those who are not wrestling fans, you're missing out when it comes to Danhausen. He is a comic gold. That being said, we'll stop talking about that. Hey, Billy, bring in our producer, Christian. Christian, how you doing?
Oh my gosh. It's not an episode unless something goes completely bizarrely wrong. Hey, Billy, go ahead and everybody say hi to Billy from the Kitchen Killers. We have a wonderful episode, and you can check it out either here at the Traveling TARDIS or over on his page at the Kitchen Killers, where we had the Voodoo Chef on. And I was going to play the commercial, but we'll do it during the commercial. So yeah, but I do have a banner up here on the barbecue sauce side. So tonight, everybody, I'll be producing, but yeah, don't forget to put your number in for the Sound of Drums. If you got a rating for what you would like to, either between 1 and 10, and what you think about the episode itself. If you haven't seen it, sorry, we're going to be spoiling the hell out of it. And
oh yeah,
if you haven't seen it yet, I'm like, oh well, you catch it up. But you know what? We have a vast audience that goes all the way from starting at Disney Plus all the way back. So it's kind of hard to ascertain what people have seen or watched. So if you haven't seen it, by all means, and I know some of you will watch us anyway who haven't seen it yet. So that's cool. By the way, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share our show. Help us support the algorithm. Help us support, because we are growing. And no, I'm going to make that part of the news. So I will talk about that later. Excellent. So go ahead and put me in the corner.
All right, here we're gonna
if you can actually do it. Yeah.
We're gonna bring Mark back in and see if his mic is working. He's on mute right now, but let's just see if it's working. Nope, not working. Yeah, exactly. But we'll go to someone who is working, and that is Sean from Our Philosophy Is. How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well. I'm really hyped. This episode is really great. I'm doing fine.
What's with the robotic voice?
Do I still have a robotic voice?
No. It's an impression. You're like, I am very well.
Oh,
I am doing okay.
Yeah. Well, I suppose I was trying to mimic the sound of the music, but I should just go, I'm doing well. This episode is really great. If you want me to do a robotic voice, I guess.
That was very dull.
No, Sean did it perfectly with the beat of 4. It was.
Yeah, you were doing well on the first go around.
Christian doesn't know.
I just have to impersonate all the monsters and Murray Gold's score. That's what I'll do. Yeah. Now that I've scared all of our fans away, I'm doing great. Yeah, I'm excited for this episode, and I have some very good things to say about it, but I won't spoil that right now. So.
Excellent. Yeah, Chris doesn't want to get cursed by Danhausen at the Backlash event in Tampa on May 9th. There's a not that we need to hype but let's take the WWE.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah, the big wrestling event in Tampa. We just had WrestleMania this past weekend, and it was it's a 2-day event, and the second day was pretty epic. I watched it over the last couple of days.
It's about wrestling.
Yeah, it's about wrestling.
Wrestling.
So that being said, we've got most of our crew. We don't have the news. We got a news segment.
Do we?
We got to go to.
No, we don't.
No? Okay. We'll
I just want to keep her in stitches for a little.
So who's got ratings here? No. We have to bring in Gadget. We have to bring in the news.
Okay. All right, I'll do that. Oh, okay.
Everyone's voice is wrong.
My voice is weird. So before we start the news, Candyman, this is what I was talking about earlier, and I will be sampling it throughout the show. So there you go. Do you know anything about this one? It's 2 knocks.
I can see your mouth moving backstage, but nope, we still don't have we still don't have
audio. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's go back to the news then.
Oy vey.
All right, fine. You can have Gadget with her mic muted at this time.
Well,
Sorry.
don't. I know someone's
I wasn't
trying
sure.
to make sure it's a smooth news thing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go through it very fast right now because thanks to StreamYard, we have to have it in a second window. And being with my learning disability dyslexia, I usually have both windows open so I can see myself and everything, so I don't stumble on words and all that. So we're going to start with the birth. Well, actually, I'm going to start with the sad news because, as you all know, Elizabeth's anniversary of her passing was on April 19th, and we all miss her and everything. The sweetest person going, and I'm hoping like you guys give well wishes to Sadie on her mom's anniversary of her passing. And if you know anybody that has cancer or any type of illness or anything, please check in on them, donate to their causes. If they say, please donate to help find a freaking cure and everything, because cancer takes away too many people in our lives and stuff. And we desperately need a cure because we lost a good woman to it and everything. But she held on because I have a firm belief, because like my aunt that raised me and a few of my relatives, if you're around children, if you're around happiness, and if you're around kindness, you can live longer and everything. And I think that's what it was. Sarah Jane's adventures kept her going and everything, because we lost a good soul. And to Sadie, big air hugs, because your mom was great and everything. But let's get into the happy birthdays. As you know, we had our live last week with Janet, and we announced, and it was the funniest thing, that we were celebrating Peter's birthday. He turned 75 on the 13th of April, and it's always a controversy because everyone keeps messing up his last name, so I'm not going to do that and everything. I met him at New York Comic-Con. Sweetest guy, too, and everything. Funny as hell. And we wish Peter a happy birthday, as well as our threesome. Oh, my God. We have Camille again, David, and Eric with the same birthday.
Hey now.
You know? Yep.
Hey
our threesome. And it's two guys in a yeah. It's basically
now I have an image. Thank you, Gadget.
Amazing.
I have an
Never seen the TARDIS stays in the
Hey,
TARDIS.
when you let my real personality come out, here we go, and everything. That's why we have Gadget Pendragon After Dark. Wait till Gadget Pendragon After Dark.
With Eric watching.
Camille, David, and Eric all celebrate the same birthday within a few years of each other, because Camille is 61 years old, David is 55 years old, and Eric is 70 years old. But yeah, all three of them in a Doctor Who lore share the same birthday. That is pretty cool and stuff and everything. So we have wonderful, wonderful people celebrating. Now, here's something to celebrate, though, for our fans. As you know, we've heard there's been the alleged problems at Disney. They let go of a few people and stuff in their distribution center and everything. So there's been a lot of situations. Where's the land between the war and the sea going to land, right? But good news for those in the UK, you guys can actually get at hmv.com the Steel Book limited edition book, as well as the others. Even eBay has a copy of the regular Blu-ray DVD, but it's only UK release. So it's probably the PAL version and not the NTC. Trying to remember the letters correctly. Thank you, dyslexia, and everything, to make, because it won't be playing unless you have an all-region player if you do purchase this DVD and on that. But you can also on Amazon and else find even on Spotify the Barclays theme and everything from the CD as well, because Amazon only had one copy left and I couldn't get that one. But CDs can be universal played and everything if you still have that media outlet, because most people do go to digital, and but this is something to collect right now while we're waiting out in this wilderness years, as well as we're going to work on Big Finish, because coming up in the rest of April, we have a bunch of Big Finish titles that are coming out, and May is going to be dropping a bunch of even better ones. But right now, if you want to pick up for the April releases that are coming soon, you have Unit Eras, Hostile Universe, Zygon Sentry Transformation. And then for May, let's see what they got coming up. If you want to put your pre-orders in, you have Doctor Who, the Rootons and the Sontarans rendition. If you want something with Jodie's Doctor, you have Doctor Who, the 13th Doctor Adventures, Elgius, if I'm saying it right. And if you're a fan of the War Doctor, you have the Fear of the Light coming out, Torchwood Farewell, Doctor Who, the Time War, Uncharted 3 branches, like with and then you have Gallifrey, the Meddling Monks, Part 2 will be coming out soon in May. So if you guys want to start putting your pre-orders in during these wilderness years and everything, But even more fun is the fact that now kids can play along because we have the new releases of the Doctor Who toys and everything, which you can put together. I think they said it's the Yeti with the 5 pieces and everything. I just want to make sure I get that right. As well as you get a Dugadoo, you get Judy. You know, I mean, Dave would love that one and everything. But you get to put the Yeti together by each piece, and each piece is labeled in every toy. So if you get the Cybermen set, you get the Yeti head. If you have the 15th Doctor set, you get the Yeti's upper torso. 4th Doctor set, you get the Yeti legs and feet. Really interesting on that one. And then on season 7 set, you get the Yeti's right arm, but on the Weir set, you get the left arm. And you can build your figure from the 1967 Abominable Snowman story. You know?
Wait a minute, you don't even get the whole Yeti in
No.
one
No, you have to
package?
buy everything to get the Yeti.
It's following Hasbro with Build-A-Droid.
Oh my
It's build.
God.
Yeah.
So
Build a
characters do
Yeti.
the same thing.
Yes.
It's not for kids. These are for the adults.
That's
I mean, he's
awful.
too busy swapping heads with everybody. Yeah.
But there's even cooler news because I don't know if you guys have the pictures ready and everything, but Nashuti became a doctor for real. He was at the University of Glasgow, Scotland, awarded an honorary doctorate at the university. It's a ceremony scheduled for June of this year. I think it says June 17, 2026, and he's in recognition for his outstanding contributions to the arts, notably his roles in sex education, which he's technically with my 12th removed cousin, Asa, and everything. Asa Butterfield, Barbie, and the 15th Doctor, Doctor Who. Context, it says he's just being honored alongside including journalist Sarah Smith as part of the university's 575th anniversary celebrations. Congratulations, Shooty, because this is really cool, you know? And I love how they had his, he was posed next to the Gallifrey sign, which is pretty interesting. So, but we do have one bit of news I was leaving for last because depending on your political viewpoints, and you know, Legend of Traveling TARDIS, we do speak our minds, we do whatever, but we also do try to respect the fact of the climate that we are living in right now, because many of us are from different generations and everything. There is 2 Doctor Who alumnus, especially our birthday boy, David, and we also have Jodie, going to be starring in White Rabbit, Red Rabbit. And your best bet is to Google it and look it up, but it is confirmed that it's an experimental play which a different star appears at each performance, encountering the script for the first time with no rehearsal, which is a very interesting concept to be improvising, which is more fun because that's what I do with the news. I improvise. And I also check my sources too. Will be returning to the West End in its 15th anniversary year with a stellar lineup of actors, including, like I said, David and Jodie, as well as the play being written by Nassim Soleimanpour. And it will include David Harewood, has been confirmed, Joe Joyner on Aimsum Chaudhry, and let's see, Luke Thompson. And these are all the actors that will be portraying characters in this on different times of the months and everything. And further casting will be announced. The tickets go on sale pretty soon. You can click the link in the Radio Times article. But as far as I'm telling you right now, you take your own opinion, read it for yourself. Because of the climate that we're in right now, this hits too close to home. But otherwise, there's really no other news because, like I said, we found out that the distribution center of Disney has been having a situation and everything. So there might be a little more delay with Land and Sea. But if you can get to the UK or eBay or even Amazon UK or regular Amazon, you could try to get a copy before they sell out. Thank you to a bunch of other YouTubers who had put me on the path to some of these stories, as well as our showrunner Christian and everything. And I also wanted to know if you guys any con news coming up, any other news that relates to what tonight's episode is about or anything as well, in our questionnaires and everything and stuff. But otherwise, that's our news for today. I'm going to keep trying to find more news and everything with Doctor Who. But as of now, just let the Christmas story lie. Let the everything else, because they're still working on things. But take care of Big Finish. That's your replacement. You might find the holes that were left in the series filled with these. And that's it.
All right.
Mm-hmm. So nobody else has anything, right?
The two things that you and I talked about. Well, one thing you and I talked about.
We
Put
will,
myself on screen.
we will add one more thing to.
Yeah.
Bag off. I said we will add one more thing to the news, and we want to thank people who've been with us, who subscribe to us, who watch everything, who watch the videos, who watch the long fart shows.
That's
Did
where I
I
was.
just say
You bring up
long
the shit.
fart shows. Okay, never mind. 3.5 million views. Thank you all. I'm glad you're watching. I'm glad you're keeping your eyes open and just supporting us. And I'm hoping you're enjoying everything that you appreciate and come down to, that we work hard for you every week. All the shorts that come out almost on a daily basis. Please, right now, if you haven't had a chance, please like, share, subscribe. Definitely hit that subscribe button. If you're new to us, help us get the algorithms going. We are a Central Florida based location, but all of our friends are all over the place. New York, Canada. It took me
New York,
a minute to think
Canada,
about
Florida,
Canada.
Virginia.
Yep.
New York, Canada, Florida, Virginia. I'm trying to think of who else.
The UK.
I don't know. That's all I can remember right now.
The
North
UK,
Carolina.
United States, Canada, Mexico, Panama,
and wherever Tom is this week. So thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate that. And if anything else, why am my brain is so fried right now? Anything else, Dave, before I go ahead and close up the news?
No, nothing I can think of.
Anything, Tom?
Yes, for the character options figures. So it's because our U.S. viewers are watching this. The last figure the character options released was with Teague, Janet Fielding, and the
I
dog.
know.
It was not available in the United States. They said they held some on the side, but it has sold out. You're gonna be stuck on eBay. So with this new set, we are not sure yet if they're going to have a U.S. distributor like they did for the monster.
I forgot about that
everything.
part. The sign up. I gave you guys the link. I don't know if you guys have it ready and everything, but there is a link that you can sign up for news on this set and everything through Doctor Who, and hopefully maybe the rest of the stuff will come because of the tariffs and everything. But right now, just enjoy what you can get because this world is and like here, relax. Yeah.
The world's of Vampire.
Then that's the news.
Dave, if you're cool with it, I'll go ahead and close up the Who News.
It's good, because we don't have anything else because it's the wilderness years.
And we're back. First thing I want to do is say, hey, Mark, can we hear you yet?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Hey!
Hey!
Yay!
So welcome back, everybody. Mark is back. We could hear him. We couldn't, if you're just joining us, we couldn't hear Mark Robinson. But, we can now. Now let's see if we can get Christian out of here.
There we go.
Go away.
It all progresses nicely.
There we go.
We'll put Christian in the corner.
I'm in the corner. I love my logo. I love standing my logo right here.
Nobody puts Christian in a corner.
Oh,
I
did.
did.
They do now.
I don't know why my camera's not showing, but I'm here.
Excellent. I'm glad you're here. I don't know why your camera's not showing either. It's not. Yeah, that's weird. And then Rev turns his off and so what are we doing? It's going to be one of those days. Roger, did you curse us?
Yes. Gadget, can you move to your
Actually,
right?
no. It could be the Scorpio thing in me because we manipulate electronics when there's a little upset and everything. So sorry about that, guys. I've actually burned out watches when I got mad and everything.
Gadget, can you move
I don't wear them.
just a little bit. Just a little bit to your right, Gadget.
Huh?
Can you move just a hair to your there you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
There we go. Now we can see you on the mobile version.
Now we can
Those
see
who
you
are
on the
watching on
mobile
the regular
version.
version, there's two versions of this show.
We saw your right eye and right nostril during the news.
Sorry, no, there's a Scorpion thing where if you get a little upset, you can burn out electronics or anything. That's why I don't wear watches and everything around, especially everything,
Oh no, Jim.
Oh, Jim. Well,
Dave, should I talk a little bit more narrowly so they can hear me on the mobile version?
Yes. Talk a little bit more to the center of your screen.
Okay, there you go.
Sean,
I hope that helps. Yeah, okay.
Yes, helps greatly. Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate that work. And Michelle, we can't see you, but if you could move just a little bit to your left.
Don't worry. I'm doing
There we go.
My left, your other left.
Yeah, your other left. Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
okay.
Yeah, the other.
Perfect.
Yeah. Perfect.
That's okay.
Yes, that's it.
I
That's
put,
it
on,
right
I
there.
put
That's
on makeup for this.
So did I. So,
All right. So let's get to the sound of drums. We got the sound of microphones echoing. We've got the sound of microphones from everybody. We've got 4 million views before San Diego Comic-Con. This is a thing that can happen. So by all means, please, if you haven't watched some of our old episodes, watch some of our old episodes. Get in there. This episode is part 2 of 3. Watch the first part a couple of weeks ago. You know, there's all sorts of fun stuff. But that being said, we are talking the sound of drums, part 2 of 3 in the Harold Saxon saga, which is a great storyline in all things considered. I wasn't around for part 1, so I don't know what everyone thought of that. That's okay. Because we're only looking at part 2. Let's start off with getting some numbers here. Let's start with are you there? Tom, are you still there? Or did you step away? Tom stepped away. Michelle, what do you give for 1 to 10 tortoises?
I will give it an 8.
All right.
everybody's just going to be an avatar at this moment.
Yeah, exactly.
We are moving into Avatar land.
Mark, what about you? What do you give Sound of Drums?
I'm going to give it a 7.49.
7.5?
No, 49.
49. All right. And Gadget, what about you? What do you give this episode?
Well, I remember from years ago, it was the same thing, pieces and everything. I gave it about an 8 because after what I saw, what happens in everything, it's just, yeah. Back then it would have been a 9, but now it's an 8. Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And Sean, what about you? Oh, we got Tom's back. Okay, Sean, what are you giving it?
I'm going to give it a 5.9. Just kidding. Reverse that. 9.5.
9.5. All right. We got some high numbers going here. And what?
Oh my God.
Tom, give us a number for crying out loud.
We'll give it 11.
What?
An
what
11. Tom gives it an 11 out of 10. All right. He likes.
Can we do 11s?
No.
No, but we might as well.
Can we go one step beyond? No?
Sure.
That's
Why not?
another show.
No, don't. Just keep going.
All right.
Good grief. Let me get him out.
And Christian, we want to get you in here too. What do you give it?
I'm going to give it a solid 8.7.
8.7.
8.7.
No, Sean. No. Bad.
It's the new thing.
It's not the new thing. It's not. Take it back. Take it back. Oh God! Now we got a dog taking over Tom's camera, and Michelle's back.
It's McGruff. Yeah, I just did something on a setting. Who knows? And he's taking a bite out of crime. It's McGuff for us Americans.
It's just Tom. Are you just going through your backlog of stuff and just putting it on camera every now and then?
Yes. I'm McGruff the crime dog.
Anyway,
bite out of crime.
Anyway,
back to normalcy, yeah.
Let's start at the bottom, which is not that low, really. Mark, you
commercials
7.49. Before we get to your review, though, let's go to a commercial break.
Uh-huh.
And when we come back, we'll get to our reviews of The Sound of Drums, starting with Mark's. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
I didn't listen to that voicemail. I'll tear open that letter you sent. Don't you tell your friends I want you back. I gotta leave you now unread, because you've already said those words that switch my heart to dead from loving you. So you'll stay Ghosted and I'll stay focused on sewing clothes. The spell stays unspoken, a dark silhouette of a mock man and broken. Right down, I didn't listen to that voicemail, a TikTok, that story you sent. Don't you reel me in to get me back. I'm gonna leave you now.
Are you tired of toxic fandoms? Do you wish we could go back to being happy? So do we. We created the Happiness Patrol to get away from all of the toxicity in fandoms, in life, and so we decided we wanted to do a show about something that makes us happy. And in the first season, that something is Star Wars. So join myself, Cameron, Scott, Jessica, and Melanie on Happiness Patrol at youtube.com/@happinesspatrolshow.
You know, Dave, I didn't even realize Jessica sneezes during that commercial.
What?
Jessica sneezes during the commercial. If you, I won't play it again. Well, but I just thought it was funny. That's all.
I'm author Mark Muncy.
And I'm author Erica Lance.
And this is Eerie Travels.
Greetings, travelers. Join us as we travel through folklore, myths, monsters, legends, and dark history.
Now, we'll be your guide to the spooky side of reality as we discuss cryptids, paranormal, and all things preternatural.
Sometimes we find the truth is way scarier than fiction.
We're on twice a week on your favorite podcast platforms, including iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, and YouTube.
We have amazing guests from all of the areas of the strange and unusual, including witnesses, investigators, and more.
Now, with Erica's curiosity and ridiculous array of pop culture and true crime knowledge.
And Mark's decades of experience diving into folklore and the legends with the truth that's behind them.
Yeah, so join us, travelers, as we take you to the edge of reality, and we'll see you on the other side.
So what's your favorite Western? Is it this one or maybe one of these? Is it a revisionist Western, an anti-Western, or maybe it's an all-time classic? Whether your favorite Western is in black and white, vibrant Technicolor, a spaghetti Western, a neo-Western, a comedy, or maybe it's only really Western in spirit. Whatever it is, this is the podcast dedicated to determining the top 100 Westerns of all time. Every second Monday on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. It's Horses on Film.
What are you doing, Mark? What is that all about?
I forgot I had it. It was in one of my backup orders. And
Right.
it was if you know what Devil's End is, it's actually from the Doctor Who Devil's End place where I went to in Auburn.
Oh, okay.
I had the Devil's End episode with the temporal BBC Free TV temporal fault. And since we're having electrical faults all over the place, well, this was quite funky. Sorry.
No, you're fine. Have you ever had this before?
Yeah, I love it.
Is it good? Okay, I'm gonna try it during the show. So
they're quite light, but not
quite
like
light. Okay.
Yeah, it's chewy, light, and chocolatey is the best way to describe it.
Okay. I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and wrap this up, and let's bring Dave back in to host the show.
This is Sophie Aldred with The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
Guys,
Are we back? Are we back to the show? Sorry. Well, welcome back, everybody. No, just kidding here. Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
No. Now I'm back. Hi. Hi.
Who's high?
Yeah,
Oh, these things are individually
high
wrapped.
was yesterday. Today's the 21st. It is 4:21. It does not count.
Today's the day where we go,
Well,
hello,
no, everyone
hello.
had it yesterday, and they still have the munchies because it takes a while to come through the system. So that's what they're doing.
I just realized I did not have my Doctor Who thing up.
Bonk.
Oh yeah.
There.
I
Now,
like it.
now I'm on the right
I like
show.
Are you sure?
All right. So, getting into the sound of drums. Let's put some of this craziness to the side.
No.
And take a look at the sound of drums. Mark,
I was
you gave it
when
7.49.
He's open the packet. I can hear it open the packet.
He wants it. Yeah.
I should have muted him.
There we go. There's the crunch.
Oh God, good. Okay. Individually wrapped. I like that.
Nice little snack lunch.
Oh, yeah. All right, go back.
Yeah, he's going to be chewing on the caramel for a little bit. I gave it a 7.49. It's a good episode, but I'm finding it a bit dated. Like, it's being British and seeing certain things, you can tell it's not aging that well. John Simm, amazing as a master. I think the dynamic between the Doctor and Martha was a little bit ropey in certain places. One of my favourite things, everything's going to pot, and the typical British thing to do on a Friday evening is get a portion of chips. And those are chips. They're what do you guys call them over there? Because it's not French fries. What do you call proper chips over in the States?
What are they?
The big French fries.
Oh, it's like potato wedges?
Yeah. No. What?
No.
The
The waffles?
No, they're not waffles. They're just straight chips, but chunky.
Yeah, those are like potato wedges or steak
so
fries.
Maybe steak fries.
Steak fries.
Yeah.
Steak fry, yeah.
is it-
Well, it depends upon the restaurant because they have like 500 different names. I don't know if you even heard about the lawsuit. I forgot. I heard this in passing where there's a restaurant that can't call it chicken wings anymore or boneless wings. I just thought that was weird. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I think anyway, can I since we already sidetracked this review, I'm going to sidetrack it even further since the comments here. Roger, you really need to tune into Horses on Film. Please, I beg you, tune into Horses on Film. My co-host over there, Scott, has thoughts on John Wayne. Has a lot of thoughts on John Wayne, and our first episode was a Clint Eastwood movie as well, Unforgiven. So, please pop over there, check it out. I'd love to see some of your comments in the comments on those episodes. Check it out, youtube.com/@horsesonfilm.
Yeah,
and now back to Mark with his actual review and being on topic. Now that I've been hijacked it with a little bit of self promotion.
That's fine. But yeah, chips solves everything. And if you ever have a chip butty, they are the best things. You guys got absolutely no idea what I'm saying a chip butty is. Anyway, getting back to the show, because they did eat chips on that, so that is relevant to the review. On the whole, I think it's a nice build-up for the final episode. The Teletubbies, can't mention that, which is a nice throwback to the Clangers, the Master. I love that bit. On the whole, it's just a very good episode. It's just dated a little bit. I like Captain Jack. He's good in it. He's very much just a loose cannon. Martha's mum and her family doing it. Folk Saxon, and everyone remembers you don't do that on your microphone and it falls over on the table with your head in over it. This is a nightmare. But yeah, that's what I'm feeling at the moment. What else do that? There's just certain things which are just what when you're watching it and you're not like tax discs in a car, which we don't have anymore. You saw a tax disc in a car, which basically tells the person that can legally drive on the roads in the UK. The music was good. The Toclafanes, that's more than the next episode. I just think it was actually good episodes. I did find it slow in little places. It's good to see Unit, and I did like what's the base called? The air base. Yeah, it's got a name on it. Valiant, isn't it?
The Valiant, yeah, it's a Valiant.
Yeah, Valiant.
I'm thinking like somebody watched this episode of Doctor Who and said, you know what, we can make a Marvel's movie out of all the crap that just happened here.
Well, this is before Marvel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Marvel looked at it and said, hey, we can have the sky splitting, we can have all these enemies come down, and we can have a flying fortress of some kind. I was like, oh, okay. Somebody's watching this.
And if you notice that the Valiant is in A shape as well, which is basically a traditional thing for aircrafts from the World War II, where they had it in an A shape, so they can fly off in each different direction because of the drag. But yeah, there's certain bits I like, and there's certain bits which I just went, maybe you could update it a little bit. I love the grittiness of it. I love the scenes. Some of the scenes are just not like Disney Doctor Who, where it's all nice and perfect. It's like what London really looks like when they park the car, get rid of car in a little subway. Yeah, I think it's a good episode. I just think it's just dating itself. And
I mean, is it fair to give it that? Because now we're what? How old is this episode? I mean, like what? At least 10 more. When did it come out?
Was it 2000? What did it come out? 2000. This
British on June 23rd, 2007.
Okay, a year out.
So almost 20 years of this episode. Jeez. Louise. We were just talking earlier about when we posted the tribute to Sarah Jane Smith to Liz Sladen. She's been gone for 15 years. And I'm like, holy cow. Nobody could could wrap their head around it. And so it's just like classic Who, New Who, and everything that came about. It's been so long ago. You know, talking 60 years, we're now talking 20 for classic New Who in some cases. So, or 20 plus. So,
we all getting old.
Oh, well, you speak for yourself. I'm going to be young forever.
Getting old Sunday, put it that way.
Okay, Alfreda.
But yeah, that's my refuse.
All right, no, that's fair. I would say it's given that it's 20 years old. I think it hasn't aged poorly. It hasn't aged, necessarily well.
It was of its time. I mean, it's the same thing with Doctor Who. I mean, like black and white, wibbly wobbly sets. I could see why somebody who is growing up today watching the series, when you see green screen and CGI versus something that they had to do on a shoestring college budget, it's really, really hard. Remember, the tech's not even up to speed 20 years ago, which it is now.
Yeah.
So
but when you see like movies with like old phones and stuff like that, because if the tech's dated, it's not the actual storylines dated. It's just the props they're using or the scenery or certain just tiny bits. It's not like it's like how it is in the 70s of Doctor Who, where you see the bubble wrap and you see all the stuff. Okay, and the sets are wobbling. It's a lot better than that, but it was just little tiny bits you see in the scene. Like, we don't have those anymore. Oh,
yeah.
What is that sort of phone? I haven't seen that phone for 30 years. You know what I mean? And it's that sort of thing which sort of make it dated. If they did it like if it was like a set in the Vikings or set periodically where they haven't got all that may age better than something which is set in modern 2007 to rewatch it in 2026. Does that make sense? Yeah.
So we got Michelle.
Yes.
You gave it a little bit higher than that. You gave it an 8.
I gave it an 8. And again, it starts off good. starts off very strong, but I think one of the reasons why I'm knocking it down a little bit is very typical RTD, where it's a very strong beginning, but near the end, middle to the end, you see him losing steam. And then it becomes very chaotic. And again, it's one of those things where I'm just going to go back where I believe in allowing stories giving him time to breathe. And this is another one where, again, if you just slowed it down just a wee bit and let the story play out and let the characters play out, then it would have been a much better piece. While still good, entertaining episode, there are just these flaws, again, where he's got too much ideas going at once. And if we just slowed down a little bit, would have made the ending a little bit more, compelling. So that's mine, and also I think Simm. This is my first time seeing Simm as the Master, and he really does a good job between playing the serious and the madman. And I was really, because I've always heard mixed things about Simm's Master, and I was actually very impressed by his Master. And then I also thought it was playing off a lot of what we're feeling right now in the United States. There were a lot of discussions about UFOs. We've never really talked about it, at least in my lifetime, UFOs as much as we have within the last year. And the idea that some sort of, I'm not going to say disclosure, but information may be coming. And then we're having this whole episode with Bryn in the United States and who's going to be the one to announce it, and then having these aliens appearing. It just kind of felt very prescient, and it's one of those things where you're looking at the episode a little bit more differently, especially when we're maybe seeing it playing out in your real life. But I'm excited to see how it all ends next week.
I'm on mute. There we go. I was going to say, you don't get many three-parters these days.
No, and I think maybe Doctor Who should do it more, because again, it allows the story to come out, but then also at the same time is where the one problem is that you see RTD going, oh, I have 3 episodes, so I can just jam even more into it. No, let the story play out.
Yeah. That's fair.
And Murray Gold soundtrack, and this was fantastic.
Yes.
As far as I was, again, I was so excited hearing that Murray Gold was going to come back and do new, and I was a little disappointed that we didn't get any of the memorable sound that from the first round. And I thought that this episode in particular, his themes and his music was just off the charts.
Excellent. And as he, almost always is, but
yeah,
you gotta love Murray Gold.
Music off the charts. I see what you did there.
Yeah, that's why I was disappointed a little bit when he came back. I was wanting some really good song, and I felt like he just didn't have it this time. That was really sad because he is a phenomenal composer.
It's true. I would have liked to have seen Agyeman come back for another Doctor, just to see what he could have done with another stretch, even if it was with Murray Gold. The two of them together would have been an interesting collaboration. But Gadget, are you back?
Yeah, I'm around.
Excellent. You also gave it an 8.
Yes, I did. Like I said, it would have been a 9 years ago, because when I first watched it, I loved the concept of how it paid off from the first time she met the Doctor with the Lazarus experiment. And meaning that's that part of it, how little tidbits from this showed up in those episodes, especially the Saxon ring, especially other types of situations and everything, and how they had it just went all over the place and everything. But mostly the thing was how I liked the Looney Tune episode of this, because who puts dynamite behind a TV? And you got an Easter egg with Magpie Electronics and everything, as well as the fact that Jack goes to U2, because the Doctor finally says what it's like to wear the invisible keys and everything. And I really want one of those keys right now. And basically, just all the stuff about what a thought could be put in somebody's head, a sound and everything, to make the masses basically just overthink things and stuff because they don't know the truth behind it and everything. But I did like when he was basically talking to the Master and saying, we're not alone and everything. But he says, nope. those constant sounds of the drums beating back and forth, and he says it's it's the end of the world for him, or however he puts it and everything. But they're not alone anymore. And to find out later on, I don't know if it's in, because I really trying to remember this episode because of things that are going on right now. If it's when the reveal happens, when he says about that, if I tell you things, it'll break your heart and stuff. And you could see the looniness, the psychopathic of the master, and how he controls the masses and everything with just a thought, with just a sound of the drums and everything beating back and forth, and the masses believe him because, like the doctor said, my TARDIS could only go back from the first to the last point and everything. How did he do this in 18 months? And Martha's sitting there tapping her hands like this, the same like with Jack and everything, and they're like, "What's that? What's that?" You know, someone put a thought through. And the masses believed it. And then now you have them being hunted down. You have them being this way because he controls the narrative. He's been controlling the storyline and everything. And the people that know the truth and everything are being hunted down and then turned into old people because of everything. But Martha has to escape just to save them all. But it also shows her that if he's not going to, it's time for a backbone. It's time to stand up for things. I'll be back. And stuff, because she saw her family being taken. She saw all this stuff, the house exploding, spoilers, because like I said, this is a Looney Tunes episode to me right now after rewatching it, because it's like Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner.
All right.
But to put thought in someone's head and they run with it without any proof. Yeah. That's what I got mostly from this, and the fact that the doctor woke up to say, it's like when someone has a one-sided, and when I felt bad for Martha then, because she does love him, and you see it there when he gets old and everything and stuff, but she has to do what she has to do to save them all.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely some good points. Mm-hmm.
Yes. When someone can control the narrative by one thought, by one misinformation, by one thing, it controls how the outcome comes out. Mm-hmm. And time for Martha, she stood up for herself and everybody else there to go save the doctor.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's always interesting to see. You don't often get the doctor getting saved.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a nice change to the dynamic a little bit.
And the way with the spoiler with Torchwood, how the doctor was ready to kill Jack and everything, but he said, we did it in honor of you, because you are our truth, you are our light, you are the person that saves, you know, and everything, only to have it. But I really want one of those keys he made. I really want one now, and I really want one.
I have a question. So when the doctor caused the downfall of the previous prime minister, did he accidentally cause the election of Saxon?
That's the other thing I was trying to figure out, because I wanted to go back and look. Yeah,
because British politics, America, we're set years, and he says, after you brought down
Harriet Jones,
Harriet Jones, and it's like, wait a minute, does that set up a vacuum? And so does the doctor accidentally cause by collapse of the government and causing Saxon being brought in when he does?
And in 18 months, he pulled all this off.
Technically, it could do in UK politics, because if they couldn't choose a leader, normally when a party leader gets fired, a leader gets chosen within that party to represent that person.
Right.
However, we do have it that party could call, we can't vote for someone, we need to have a general election, and that's when the party could get into power. Otherwise, it's like every 5 years.
Okay. Now, because Saxon's kind of like a Tony Blairish. Was Tony Blair a result of every 5-year vote or a no confidence vote?
It was a 5-year vote with Blair.
Okay, just wondering. Yeah, just wondering.
Yeah, he didn't get voted out by. He was the other party still there. I think that was a coalition between the Conservatives and another party.
Just another
Shoot,
three.
I don't care about that. Sorry.
All good, all good. No, that's a valid question and a valid answer. Let's see who we got next here. Up in the corner there, Christian. You gave it an 8.7.
Yeah.
I should have made a higher number so I can go last. I should rate
everything higher than 11.
I should rate everything 10
Yeah.
so I can be the last.
Would be last at that point. This time,
but
Christian, before you say your review, how much did you rate that chocolate bar?
This I would say I would rate this an 8.7. It wasn't disappointing. It was really good. Actually, I hate this. I don't want to say it in this light, but Dave, you have those bars, those coffee bars.
Coffee
those
crisp,
are yeah, the coffee crisp, and they're kind of the same thing. They're kind of the same thing, but this one, the coffee bars, I like Dave's better. But this is a close second. This is really good. So I really liked it, and hopefully when I go back to Epcot and go into the UK pavilion, I'll be buying more stuff. 8.7. I think one of the things that drove me nuts about this was, what is it? Where is he? I'm trying to find it. No, not that one.
I'm here.
No, Gollum Doctor. That just drove me insane. I agree with Michelle. I think there was a lot of stuff in here you could have taken out and put more of the focus on these two and tried to work things out, but you had all this stuff going on, and it was like it didn't have a focus because it was just trying to throw a bunch of crap in. It's one of those, let me take all those little squinchy octopuses, throw them against the wall and see what sticks. And I think it got a little bit too much because we kind of lost focus. Is it Martha's story? Is it the Doctor's story? Is it the Master's story? And one person I felt really bad for, why I dropped a little bit, was Mrs. Saxon. And the only reason why is she was supposed to go through what I thought was this madness point, and you could see it a little bit at a time. But I think they should have focused on her to the point where why she ends up, well, I don't want to say the ending, and why she ends up the way she does. So there was almost an arc with her, but it didn't focus. I think we should have seen her start her decline. She's just with the Master and having a great time and dancing around. And it just feels like that she's just not her own character. She is just a lackey of the Master, as opposed to this is the Master's wife. We're not exactly sure how she ended up being the wife or what role she plays. We know she's used because we'll find out later in the End of Time. There's a lot more story behind her, but it felt like that there was a story that was building up and then kind of got lost. This I would have focused on more. And I think it would have been a cooler thing to watch her decline and what ended up being in the next episode happening that we find out. I think she should have been the driving force of the story. And I felt like she was just kind of thrown in there at times. And I felt bad for the actress. But I'm glad they brought her back for the last episode. But I just felt that they I would like her to come back for some odd reason. I think she was cool. I think they really didn't do her justice. But yeah, that was one of the negative things that I brought on. And the other thing is that Baby Master, for a better term, I guess. I wanted more focus on that. I meant that there was a story between them, and Martha saying, are you guys brothers? And you watch too much TV. Yeah. And a lot of people, I think that was a goof, if I'm not mistaken, Tom, that a lot of people were saying that they were brothers. In fact, I think at the end of the third Doctor's time, they were supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
And
there was supposed to be a line at the end of this, supposed to be the Master's death and Planet on Fire, where he's begging the Fifth Doctor for help. And there was supposed to be a line that says, "Help your brother."
Yeah, I think they've been trying to push that. And I do kind of like the fact that they're not related. Yeah. They don't need to be related. Yeah. The dynamic still works, even though they're not connected, which kind of puts me, I don't want to bring it up, but the Timeless Children, about the Master not wanting to be a part of the Doctor, but I think it's funny that in the TV movie he tries to absorb all the lives of the Doctor. Well, if you don't want to be a part of the Doctor, then why are you making him a part of you? It doesn't make sense, but that's for another time. But I thought there could be more dimension if we focused on younger Doctor and younger Master and how their evolution came to this fight, so that when we finally get to the big reveal at the end and the big war between them, there was more of a dynamic. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't mind the story that we got, because I liked it because it was kind of fast paced. You know, it did kind of focused on Martha a little bit, on her character. We're finally getting more of a Martha fleshing out, but I would have loved to have focused on these two and see the resolution between these 3 episodes, you know, going from from Sir Derek Jacobi's Master all the way down now to Simm's Master. And now we have that fighting verbally and all, you know, he's caged up the Doctor and it's like the Doctor saying, it's just the 2 of us. I wanted more of that, but that was just me. It wasn't a bad episode. I gave it an 8.7. I would just like the focus to have been on the Mrs. Saxon, who develops, and you know, we get to see the mentality of how the Master plays on people who might be kind of weak-minded, and how they could probably break their programming later on, as she does. And to see more of the backstory between the Master and the Doctor, I thought that would have been cooler, especially if he was going to talk about the Temple Schism. He ran away. And that's it.
Just before, I just want to say, because I'm not sure you know about the history of this actor here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, unfortunately, he passed away a while ago, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 2018 passed away.
Yeah.
Basically, it was due to him taking his own life. So I know that Christian has put their messages. If you do need someone to talk to or anything like that, there are numbers you can talk to people. I'm not sure if you still got that post. We can put it at the end of the show at all.
I actually do. Here it is.
Well, he found it before I did.
Okay, so in the USA and Canada, 988. In the UK, Samaritans, or phone 116-123. If you feel like you're having a rough time, you feel like you haven't got anyone to speak to, give these numbers a ring, and they will just listen. Okay.
Does anybody know the actor who could pull him up? And if I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong.
William Hughes. I pulled him up.
William Hughes. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did he become a boxer?
Yeah, he did.
He became a boxer. He played. I've been calling affectionately Baby Master. He's the one. He's the Master, the young 8-year-old that looked Master. At the temporal schism. And I was trying to follow to see how his career went, and it came to a, no pun intended, but a dead end, because I did find out that he did take his own life, unfortunately, later on. I'm just like, dude, that stinks. Especially if I'm like, wouldn't it be cool if he was in the Big Finish audios when they had all the Masters and you had Kid Master show up? I thought that would have been cool. But yeah, wherever you are, man, dude, rest in peace.
He also played in Torchwood in 2008 as Alex Granger in the episode Sleeper, and 2010, The Child Museum Visitor, and Vincent and the Doctor, uncredited.
Okay, so he had a little bit of a career, but
let's bring things back up to that is unfortunate. I mean, it's a serious topic. There is no transition there. There's no segue out of that. So we'll just go. Sean, you gave this a much happier thoughts. 9.5.
I did. I thought someone had a 9.
9.
Nope, no 9.
9. Yeah.
8.9.
Oh
no, you're next up.
Okay, cool. Well, I just have to say with this episode, I watched the watched the beginning of this episode, and as it progressed, I was thinking you've got the world leaders who are engaged in this dangerous disagreement, and I'm watching this scene between the president and the prime minister, and I'm like, wow, this is doing a really good job of taking my mind off of the news of the world. This is fantastic. But that was my initial thought about this episode. But I wanted to say as well that pretty much from the beginning, this episode is on point, I think. The drama is done really well, I think. And yeah, I'm sorry guys, just a second. It's just it's just like Dave said, there's not really a way to transition out of that, and that kind of made me sad, and I'm like not focused right now. You know what I mean? So I'm like trying to conjure up my entire review that I had sort of rehearsed, and I just was a little bit sidetracked. But yeah, I wanted to echo what you guys said.
Sean, do you want to take a moment and we'll have Dave do his review and then we'll come back to you? Or okay.
No, it's okay. I just wanted to echo what you guys said about like those numbers. I myself, I've on my channel before talked about semi-serious things or very serious things, and whenever I touch on those topics, I also mention, if you live in the US, the 988 number, 988. I have mentioned that before on my channel as well, and I just wanted to tell you guys thank you for dropping those in there, because not everyone would have thought to do that when breaching that topic. So just wanted to tell you thank you for that. But anyway, getting back to this episode. So the drama of this episode, I think, works really well. The performances are on point. Right from the beginning, they kind of toss you in the action. You've got Jack Harkness. You've got Martha, the doctor. Performances, 10 out of 10. Murray Gold's score, awesome. And I think even the effects serve the episode decently well, except for one example, which I will come back to toward the end. But right off the bat, though, it's just the drama of it all. I love pretty much everything about this drama. So you've got John Simm in this episode as the Master, and I want to touch on John Simm's performance here, because the first time I watched this, I, of course, was not a classic Doctor Who fan. I had only seen the new series, and I was just really intrigued about the fact that there was this other Time Lord, and that itself is enough of a hook. But seeing the way he's different from the Doctor, we really hadn't seen that up until this point in the new show, I think, right? We hadn't seen any other Time Lords until we got to the previous episode. Is that correct?
I think so.
In New Who?
Yeah, we didn't. We haven't seen another Time Lord as of yet, because remember, this is part of the Time War, so we're assuming everybody on Gallifrey is gone. So
right, and we'd seen flashbacks of the Time War, and we'd seen the Daleks, of course, the Doctor's enemies in the Time War, and what it had done to him. But hearing the Master talk about how he escaped and his fear, I actually now appreciate how much not only this is a hook for new fans, but having watched the classic series, I think this Master really does capture the spirit of, this is a different version of the character that you already know. Because if you watch stories like the Peladon, I think it was the Monster of Peladon was the one with the third Doctor, where you see the Doctor and the Master working together as a team, and they are friends, but yet they're still enemies. They never really go directly into either lane. They kind of stay right in that middle ground. And when the Doctor's having a conversation with the Master on the phone, and you can see both of their facial expressions changing as they learn different things about one another, it would have been really easy to just have John Simm just be a madman. And I have seen people, I think unintentionally, characterize his performance that way, although I still think it is unfair, because yes, he is putting on that persona, but that's part of how he's tormenting the Doctor. You can tell the Doctor is still getting to him a little bit though, and John Simm's Master is, of course, getting to the Doctor. But you get the sense that they are friends that have sort of fallen away. That when they speak to each other, they're not really focused on anyone else in the room. They do both see themselves superior in a different way. The Doctor wants to help people who he sees as being less clever than him. The Master wants to, of course, take advantage and rule over those people, but they are sort of two sides of the same coin, almost. But you get that otherworldly sense from both of him. And just giving credit to John Simm, mastering and matching the same energy that David Tennant is bringing in the other direction. I mean, it's hard to believe, honestly, that this is only his second episode on the screen, because it's like you believe that the two of these guys have a far-spanning relationship. And even, as was pointed out, him watching Teletubbies and being amused by them, and the way he's dancing around to music, just there's aspects of the classic and the new, and I don't really understand, having watched this again, why people don't view John Simm's master as a logical conclusion of what came before and the style of the new show. I mean, even down to him being on the phone and saying, "Run, Doctor." Like, the first time he said that, I was like, okay, that's Roger Delgado right there. Clearly channeling Roger Delgado. And then when he comes back and he says, "I said, run, Doctor," then I'm seeing the fifth Doctor's master when he's like, die, Doctor. So I just think he just hit it out of the park with that one. And then the ending of the episode. To contrast this a little bit with the Disney era, when we got to the end of the first season on Disney Plus, not giving it away or anything, but when we got to the first season in that finale, in the penultimate episode before the finale, you guys probably remember, things got so big at the beginning of the last episode, because the penultimate episode had set it up in such a way where it's like, oh, how is he going to come back from this? But then the finale of season 1 on Disney, things got so dire, so many things got destroyed that you're like, okay, obviously all of this is going to be undone. And it just took you out of it, I think. This is not that. This is the master destroying 1/10 of the population. That's something that you could see sticking. Now, with hindsight, with what we know with how the show goes, they would probably never do that, unfortunately. I don't know that any of the showrunners would have the guts to do that. Well, I probably shouldn't say that, because Flux, I'm still not happy about that. But, I don't
I wasn't going to say anything. Go ahead.
Well, yeah. Well, no showrunner has the guts to do that and then not ignore it. But anyway, I'm not throwing shade here. Let's be positive today. I
will. So go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Christian will be my attack dog. But
go ahead.
But if you do this and you set things up, and just seeing the Doctor's face there, and the way the master is saying, and he called it good, it feels dire. It's almost perfect. The only thing I really have to take it down 0.5 for is the animation with the Doctor becoming older. Is there any reason he couldn't have just stayed in the same spot when he did that? I don't really think there is. I mean, it was more dramatic, but it just got silly there for a minute with the Lazarus thing. So I take it down a little bit for that. But other than that, every single beat, I think it works. Even down to little funny things like the master calling the president Uncle Sam. That made me laugh. So, yeah, beat for beat, I think it's pretty much perfect. He called it good, and I think the episode's damn good. So that's why I give it a 9.5.
Excellent. Yeah, no, I'm loving this conversation. I really am. We've all got such great ideas and great feedback on the episode. Tom, you gave it better than perfect. You gave it an 11 out of 10. He's pushing the button, but he doesn't push the button for the microphone.
I'm pushing the button on the microphone.
There we go.
Because this one goes to 11. So I just bought the figure today, so it fits.
I did not actually put those two things together until just now.
That's why 2 and 2 is 5, because I'm one-upping everyone.
That too, yes.
So, when I added the picture of the Gollum Doctor, I forgot that's next week's episode. But thank you, Bing, for giving me the wrong picture too soon. So let's see here. Fixing the vortex manipulator to go back. Good. How deviously, I can't even think of words, squirrel, how squirrel, dangerous it is to use that, but it was a good thing that he had it. Going back in time saying, it's right in front of our face. Because right now we need a doctor. So the whole Pinky and the brain situation going on here. Quite funny. The doctor has a wife. Okay. Oh, Harold Saxon's fake. He doesn't exist. All these things happening. Was it Mr. Saxon was an anagram for Master 6 at the time. We are not counting Big Finish into continuity. I normally do, but that's the whole reason of Mr. Saxon. Mr. Saxon comes out Master 6, anagram-wise. The fact that he's quite mad, going from the nice old man, trying to take care of everyone to becoming a freaking psychopath, which we have seen with Alex McQueen in Big Finish with the previous master around the 6th, 7th time for the Doctors. 6th, 7th Doctor. But on screen, we have the president in control of unit. Quite interesting. The filter.
That is interesting, actually, to tell you the truth, why the president's running unit. I'm like, okay, I thought that was a UK thing.
Well, in times of now, I would not doubt it would happen again, but I'm not going there. Because that just popped in my head. Because you said it. You made me think of that.
Also, just real fast, Tom, if anybody in the chats wants to, can anybody verify if that website still works? votesaxon.co.uk. I'm curious if that website still works. I'm just curious. If anybody wants to jump over, especially in the chats, if anybody can verify that. Go ahead, Tom. I'm sorry.
That's probably like the Ghostbusters phone number. After all these years, now it doesn't work anymore. Let's see here.
Or the Pinky and the Brain website that went to phone number that went to an adult web number.
Mm-hmm. That too.
Brown cow.
Off. Oh, they not bright. I hate no. Shut up, Pinky. Anyway, no.
What are they doing with whipped cream? I don't get it.
No.
Go ahead, Tom. Bring it back.
I'm just saying the whipped cream, bright. Oh. Let's see. It's like I just said the big dynamite thing. Wah wah. When they get into the car, they have the camera in the cars. You can see how the image is different because that's the technology they had. They use a different camera, but still brings back to my thought of the side thing when John says, David. He goes, what? John goes, I got cake. Woo. Good times. The arguments with Martha, because she, at the time I was like, shut up. These are my family. You screw things up, Doctor. It's because of you Saxon became prime minister, and the world, all the UK and the world is all screwed up, and now 1/10 of the population is being killed off. Toclafane over the glove itself. Decisions that I'm thinking of myself. Let's see. What kind of a syndrome? When the captive falls for her captor. The whole thing with
Stockholm
Saxon's
syndrome?
wife.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yes.
Yeah. Words. I always said squirrel syndrome because I can't remember. But yet, for someone with like ADHD, and that's what these things are anymore. Because even at this time, people are saying we want things fast. We want the answers now. We don't have any pure exposition, like classic Who. Everything has to be fast paced and the imagery and this and that. All these, deaths and ideas of aliens coming. It's like, well, does that really? Well, I'm not saying it because I'm not going to bring forth that prophecy yet with aliens and such, even though it's going to. But very fast paced, everything else, and the key is like, you think you can fool another time or whatever that? Yeah, you can fool other people, but it's the master. the one segment I did forget about was the creation of the laser screwdrivers. Oh, that's why he got old. Because, and say, oh, memory lane. Remember Lazarus? All the technology, and say, oh, there's the hand. Because the hand was left in the TARDIS because it was in the last episode. So yeah, memory lane there. The memory lane of the Teletubbies, because I did write a story. If you go at a teaspoon and an open mind on the interweb, you'll look up me, because I wrote a story a long time ago called Doctor Who Meets Teletubbies. And it was one episode when I was not on the show yet, but it was Christian and Melanie. And I mentioned that. She went on there, read the story, and it was like, yeah, it still stands up to this day. Because Teletubbies say hello. So lots of memories of the past, good things there. The fast pace, like, whoa. So it had to be a part 3. You kind of lose track of everything. So, well, this is mentioned here, this is mentioned there, but something else popping up. So you lose. So I thought about something, but I forgot because it's going to something else. But that was the mentality of the times. Like, got to get it done faster. Everything's going by so fast. So you don't really have to think about it. Just watch it, and that's that. So 48 minutes have gone by. It's like, what happened here? Got to go back and watch again because you're always going to miss something. So only because I had the Spinal Tap action figure to give it 11. I would have gone reasonably. I would have said 8, but for the fun of it, for the taste of it, I don't like Diet Coke. Again, 8 held up for me because it's, going back in time, remembering what it was like back then. The phones, it was more advanced phones than I did. That was the whole flip thing there. And I just have a regular flip phone there. I miss my Razor, but that was then. This is now. I watched a thing from the Monkeys earlier, so a little ADHD thing going on. So yeah, I would logically, I would say 8, because I am waiting for the next episode. I'm remembering back of things like, oh, look, the ending. Say, hey. Tinkerbell is alive. Tinkerbell's alive. Get that image in your head. Oh, you didn't clap hard enough. Tinkerbell's dead. You didn't bring her back to life. You didn't clap hard enough. Tom,
where are we going with this?
Off the rails. That's where.
It was a lot of information processed at one time, and you're just trying to put it all together in your head.
Yeah, there you go. And Roger, thank you so much. He says that website currently redirects you to another website, Christian. Oh, that's disappointing.
So doesn't go to the other site anymore.
Wait, which website though?
No, the website on the Herald Saxon vote.
But what website does it redirect you to?
Off.
That's spam.
Probably questionable. But well, Gadget, you said the BBC doesn't have this anymore since 2010, right?
27. Yeah, they it's basically 2010. They said it's just gone. It's one of those one-time, one-hit wonders.
Yeah.
Let's get it back, Dave. Let's put a little money down. Let's get it back. just because we can do that.
We're gonna need more people to subscribe to YouTube so we can get some money going.
There you go.
Going.
Or give us a little
super chats and stuff, and we'll put it towards buying that domain. Yeah.
I think whatever website or whatever politician you don't like, I think the website should just redirect to their campaign page. I think that would be funny.
Well, if you don't like the other guy, who's the other guy who's supposed to be for?
The Doctor Who website will redirect to that person's campaign page, I guess.
Roger, I'm with you. I love Coke Zero, especially what people have called restaurant Coke Zero. And believe it or not, there is a legitimate difference from buying the Coke inside the store. I looked at this really weird documentary. If you go to a restaurant, it's put in a container, it's kept cool, and supposedly it really enhances the flavor, whereas opposed to if you buy it in the store and get a can of Coke Zero, there's a big difference. And I was like, yeah, there is a little nugget of truth to that.
Just don't get new Coke.
Wait a minute, Christian. Did you say documentary?
I saw so yeah, it's one of those things. Your thumb's scrolling through the internet, and there was somebody who said that actually restaurants have in their processes of two things. One, they have it refrigerated, and two, something about the metal is supposed to enhance the flavor.
Are you talking about the fountain, or are you talking about the bottle? Because I worked in restaurants. I was the one changing
whatever the restaurant uses. Yeah, I guess
fountain. It's a bag that sits downstairs in the basement with a tube going up to it, and it's cooled through the tube. Right. And it's sweeter than the cans. It's actually the syrup. You have to be careful. If that syrup falls on you, you're instant sugar. Because I used to have to change the bags all the time when I was a waitress and everything in a bar back. Yeah.
Well, there was
a documentary though. We have. I bet you this was American made. If there is a documentary about this topic, I just love the devotion.
There's a TV show, The History of Cola or The History of the Foods. It's on one of the Discovery channels or anything. It tells you about the foods that made America and everything and stuff. Even McDonald's is on there.
It wasn't one of those. It wasn't one of those like mainstream ones. It was one of those smaller ones. But I was like, he's got to be right or something, because there is a difference in the taste. When you go to a restaurant as opposed to when you go,
it's sweeter.
It is kind of sweeter. Yeah.
I appreciate the hustle though. I mean, like that'd be me sitting there, restaurant Coke is better. Change my mind, right?
Yeah, it's all syrup. What it is, it's all syrup being mixed with the seltzer, so it's being mixed in the tube. Like I said, I had to change the nozzle, change everything because that thing was nasty. Never get ice. I will tell you guys, never get ice in the restaurant.
Nope.
No ice.
No ice. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
So let's take a look at what some of the audience has to say. So if you haven't already thrown your writing into the chat, throw that into the chat. But let's take a look at what some of our wonderful people have already said.
Roger the Artful. I'd give The Sound of Drums an 8 TARDISes out of 10 because John Sims is my favorite version master, and this is his debut episode. Well, technically, it was the one before just a little bit, but yeah,
story
this is his full-on. This is his first full-on story, of course. Yeah. He continues. I'm not sure if this was the episode the 10th Doctor told Martha about Jack being the face of Bo towards the end. No, it's the next episode.
Wait, what? Just kidding.
Spoilers.
Don't make me play that clip again.
Spoilers.
Jim B66, I give it a 9.5. I don't remember it. It's been a long time since I've seen it, but we'll give my high score. Okay, Jim.
That's the way to be.
Yeah, I don't remember it all, but yeah, it's great. So, Jim, we love you.
That's nostalgia in a nutshell.
I just thought I thought that was an interesting rating there.
This is me in a nutshell.
Very epic 2814. Hi, it's a pretty good episode, but in my opinion, it falls a little bit short of Utopia. So I'm assuming Epic is saying Utopia was a better episode than this one. I tend to agree because Utopia was a little more focused. Because this one was kind of a cluster for me. I mean, there was just way too many things going on. And I know what Russell TD was trying to do. He was trying to, put so much in there. But again, I felt like it was just like throwing things at the wall, trying to see what sticks. And that whole thing about Gollum Doctor didn't appeal to me at all. It says, why would you even do that? You can just strap the Doctor in and force him to watch the Earth get destroyed. Isn't that enough? You don't have to turn him into Gollum and all that. So, and I didn't really. That was a weird part about. I won't go because we'll talk about the ending next time. Yeah. We have a question from Billy. He says, "Has the Master had her day where they have totally befuddled the Doctor?"
I don't know. I think there's almost every time. Almost every time, I think the Master has befuddled the Doctor at least a little bit. But I think the biggest one would probably be 13th Doctor with with Sasha's hidden.
Yeah, that is true.
Spy Master.
Yeah. That was so great, wasn't it?
It really
Should
was.
I say Spy Master? And I went, oh, I literally gasped.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean by befuddled? Like kind of fooled, or do you mean like bested?
Yes. I would say fooled, but
okay. Yeah. No. Yeah, and I love that his name was O because that's what people always say.
Oh.
And Roger continues, I definitely enjoyed the drama of this episode, and more spoiler alert, the Time Lords eventually. I'll take that down. I'll take that down there. This one, I'm going to answer Roger. Has anyone seen the AI generated Doctor Who trailer for next year here on YouTube with Billy Piper and a boy? I have. It's really actually good for AI generated, but I'm one of the AI generated. I don't know if you ever saw the Trailer Park one, which I fell in love with. I thought it was hysterical. It was just really bizarre. Where it's basically the Doctor. What was it that I can't remember the song, but it was like Trailer Park TARDIS or something like that.
A guy found it. What was it called?
The Trailer Park one or the Billy Piper?
I just found it and sent it to you. You said I've seen it a million times.
Yeah. It's really fun. The song's kind of catchy too. So,
is it like an AI generated song, or is it just like sampled from another piece?
Probably AI generated song and AI generated, but it's so funny.
Yes, because basically it's just taking all the characters and revamping them for a more southern appeal. Like they live in a trailer park. It's just like
the best way to describe it is like My Name Is Earl with Doctor Who.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is a good one.
I'm Joe Dirt.
Roger, you also have the YouTube gift feature, both for the regular and the mobile version of The Legend YouTube channel, and then there are Patreon and Ko-fi. We haven't explored either one of those yet, but we'll look into it.
Yeah.
Anything you do to support the show, send in a star if you can, or even the basics, just to subscribe and like, or share this on your personal social media so people know about that and have a good time.
Yeah.
Dave, you gonna review this thing or what?
Yeah, I have an interesting take on it because I missed our Utopia episode. Right. So I intentionally did not watch Utopia. I mean, I have seen it in the past, but I did not rewatch it. I had no reason to rewatch it because I wasn't going to catch that episode. Didn't have time to rewatch it for this one. I'm like, I'm only going to watch The Sound of Drums because every episode we do a two-parter. It's like, oh, it's so hard to differentiate between part 1 and part 2, or in this case, and part 3. I wanted to do just 2, just Sound of Drums. And does it stand up on its own as a standalone episode? No, it really doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
It and it's not supposed to. Let's be clear. It was never intended to be a standalone episode. But so I ended up giving it a 7, but that is explicitly as a standalone episode.
Oof.
The whole saga, the whole story arc, I'd probably give a 9.5. It is a fabulous story arc. But as we said, there's so much going on in this episode. It's a very fast-paced episode with lots of just random what the hell moments. And they could have tightened up. Could this story arc be a 2-parter instead of a 3-parter? Honestly, probably not. Not without really messing the tone up a lot. I love that it's 3 parts. As a 3-parter, I think it works great. But it is the middle of a story. So if when you think about what it was like watching TV 20 years ago, hopefully you had, a DVR or a VCR to be able to time shift this or record this episode if you were going to miss it, because that's the thing, the farther back you go, if you missed it, you missed it.
All right.
So if you missed Utopia, you'd be lost in this episode. And that was my big thing. I was completely lost because again I've seen it before. But what was that? Were you saying something, Kristen? And
no, not me.
Mark said it.
Or Mark, what was that, Mark? All right.
Mark looks befuddled. Continue.
That's okay. Someone said something, and I just kind of steamrolled over top of it.
No, I heard something too. So
okay, I'm not crazy.
I didn't say that.
Okay, yeah, I'm not. Okay, I am crazy, but I'm not incorrect. That I heard something.
Right.
No, that's kind of my thought process. It's just an incomplete episode as a standalone. It is not intended. It is great for the streaming era, though, because now, right now you can't stream Doctor Who in very many places. Let's forget that a little bit, but ultimately it is very serialized. They've done it with Star Trek 2. Yep, where it's very serialized. It is intended, and to be fair, the new Star Trek is intended explicitly for Paramount Plus. It's not intended for broadcast television, whereas, and the current Doctor Who has not been designed for broadcast television in the same way that it would have been 20 years ago. Because most of the world is going to be streaming it. But we're still on terrestrial TV in the UK, so it's a little bit different in that. But Star Trek definitely is gotten extremely serialized before the streaming era, because people sit down and binge it. They go in, they watch all the episodes in the season all at one time. It's one of the reasons I love being on the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. It gives me a reason when Doctor Who is running to make sure I'm watching it every week and get that weekly experience rather than the binge experience, because they are not the same. And this episode is really unique. This story arc is really unique in New Who, because it is 3 episodes, and it is such a tight story arc. Whereas some of the 2-parters you can watch separately. There are 2-parters that stand alone as one or the other. I'm not remembering one off the top of my head, but it is certainly a thing. No, that's kind of my take on it. It's just that it's not a good standalone. I agree. The Lazarus bit, the aging doctor, the Gollum doctor, that's a little bit why. I definitely would have liked to have seen more of Mrs. Saxon. We do get a little bit more, but I would honestly love to see her come back and encounter one of the future masters. And do we get a closing? What happens to Sasha, Dwan's master? I can't remember. Does he do we get a final thing out of him? I can't remember.
That's how much I remember that episode.
Yeah, but I'd love to see him come back, because he was one of my favorite masters. John Simm is a great master. He really is. Surprisingly, he's only come back. I suppose not surprising, because he is a reasonably high profile person, or has been. He only came back for one big finish, and that was masterful.
And that's the one to come to. Yeah.
Yep.
And that's all the masters. All the
masters up to that point. We're in that, and I have not heard it. I'd love to someday go in and review that, because that's a unique project for sure.
It's not too far.
We are missing the one because he was a bad person.
True.
There's nothing to say we can't do Masterful May.
Yeah.
I'll
change the master. The master intro that we did. That's one of the other things I love about this episode. I do love about it, and is the story. And yes, they could have gone into it in more detail, but I love the oral history feel of it. The I'm telling you a story of the master's history, rather than really just dragging it out. And for those who've been around the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS for a while, we'd had the March of the Master a couple marches ago, and I used that speech as an intro for Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, and it was a ton of fun to do. I edited together snippets of all of the masters, and it was so much fun to make that intro. So I would be thrilled to if it's, I don't know if I still have my original files, but I would happily remake that as a May of the Master or something like that. We could totally do
Master, may I?
Master, may I? Oh no. Oh no.
Dave, we got one more question in the chat.
Yeah, I just saw that.
The problem is I don't know if we have time to squeeze this one in from everybody, but everybody gets a shot. Is Doctor Who becoming more for older audiences than for younger ones? And
yes and no. Yeah, you go first, Christian. I want.
Well, I don't. That's a whole episode, actually. To tell you the truth, it's a whole episode.
It really is.
Let's be honest on that one. I meant the quick version. Hard to say, because when I was a kid, I watched it on PBS, and I thought Doctor Who was more mature than a lot of the stuff that I was watching when it came to like Wonder Woman and Transformers and all those shows that were coming out in the 70s and 80s. You know, Doctor Who was, for me, one of those shows. This is why I don't understand, especially when it comes to like Disney Plus. Because when it came to Doctor Who, it didn't dumb down. It was very mature. And a lot of my friends were watching this. And remember, this is classic Who, which is more, I feel, that was more for like a, what do they call it? The teen novels, the adult teen. That's not the word I'm looking. YA, yeah, the young adult. I always thought, I always thought that it's for kids who wanted to be more a little bit cerebral. I'm not bashing kids who watch the other stuff. I'm just saying this one more kind of, there was more in depth to it. It wasn't just you were reading the highlights books. You were reading a YA book, which is more in depth, more into characters, more into story, and it pulled you in. And you either liked it or you hated it. And Doctor Who's not for everyone, but I did feel that it has a. But I felt that for all British shows. Red Dwarf is a sci-fi comedy, but to me, it's way more cerebral than Friends. Way more cerebral than Cheers. You know, there's a lot more to it. So when it hits the punchline, that punchline goes off. With American TV, it's more slapstick. It's more quick comedy. It's more to get a quick laugh. To me, when it comes to UK TV, like Monty Python, Dave Allen, Benny Hill, all that, there's a little bit of, of quick humor. But for some of the jokes that they had, they stretch it out a little bit. So when you get to the payoff, you are laughing your rear end harder than you would with a joke on Friends.
Yeah.
Weenus or whatever they were coming up with, or was it turn left or whatever, go left or something like some of the quicker stuff to get a quick laugh. So in my opinion, that I think it's not just, I think it's about the audiences, how they want to take in their to consume it. If they're willing to sit there and enjoy what's being told in a British way, they're going to get a lot more out of it than they would do with an American TV.
Yeah.
I always thought Classic Who was a little bit more geared towards the smarter kids in the room.
There you go. Thank you.
Ooh, shots fired.
Exactly.
No, and both is okay. And both is okay. But,
right.
Exactly. We're not saying one is versus the other, but I think there definitely is a difference in how people, British and America, and also the age time period wrote for children or for adults. And I was, we're talking about, the Challenger last week, and I was listening to high school children in the 80s being interviewed, and how they talked was completely different than today's teenagers.
Yeah, and I think that's the big thing is
it's not just slang. There was a speech pattern, a cadence that was different.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think go ahead, Sean.
Oh, never mind, Dave. Go ahead. I'm so sorry.
No, go ahead, Sean.
No, you were totally saying something. I thought that's all you were going to say. You can go ahead.
Sean, go.
What if I don't want to? If I don't want to, Dad? No, I'm just kidding. I was just gonna say, pre-Disney. I think it's getting to the point where it's for an older audience because obviously, I think with them not making it available on streaming anywhere, which was not a good idea with the new Disney deal. I think older audiences are definitely watching pre-Disney Doctor Who more. But I think with new Doctor Who on Disney and onward, I think they're clearly aiming younger, especially with the CBB show coming up. But I think they're trying to get at least middle schoolers probably to watch Doctor Who. But I think like the fandom that's consuming 2005 to 2022 Doctor Who, I think that fandom is aging.
Yeah, I think it's and that's kind of what I was going to say was I don't know that Doctor Who is becoming more for older audiences so much as the audience that's there is getting older. And so when they did, and then they went into the Disney Plus era with Shooty with the intention to gear it towards a new audience. They wanted to draw in a younger audience. Whether that, I mean, we know it also pushed away some of the older audience who didn't like what they did with it. You get that with every Doctor. But I don't, whether it's brought in a younger demographic is a whole, it remains to be seen, really, because it did do very well in those younger demographics overall. So whether those same demographics will carry on with Doctor Who as we get into, our 16th Doctor, I guess we'll have to wait and see where it lands. But it's definitely less that the show is getting for an older or a younger audience, for that matter, other than the CBBS animated one for toddlers. I think it is definitely the audience is aging, not so much the show is getting for an older audience.
See, I disagree with that, Dave. Taking my nephew for example, my nephew used Tone 13, and he completely does not like the new Doctor Who show. He prefers going back and watch. I've said this many times on TV. He prefers going back to watch David Tennant's era when he was like 5 and 6. Now he's about 13. What sort of age demographic are you looking at? Are you talking about 13-year-olds still watching Doctor Who for Disney, or are you thinking that they're more going back to 7, 8-year-olds?
I think it was they were aiming for younger teens.
So
what they were going for.
Fall into that category, and he does not like the new Doctor Who. What Disney put out. Well, the new Disney Doctor.
Yeah, and I know a lot of the young people that I was interacting with when that came out were very positive towards it. So I mean, just like everything else, we aren't always going to agree. Kids aren't always going to agree. They're not all going to love the same things or hate all the same things. Exactly. Which is why I'm kind of like, it remains to be seen how well that, if you want to call it an experiment, worked. We'll have to wait and see what are the numbers looking like when we come back to Doctor Who with the 16th Doctor. What is, and the approach that they take to that Doctor when they get there.
However it does, the people who commentate online, if they like the show, it'll be doing great, best it's ever been. If they don't like it, terrible, end of everything. So probably.
and we haven't really discussed this. Roger put a point up about the CBB's animated one, not knowing how we're going to review each episode. From my understanding of how the series is going to be structured, I don't think we can review all of them. It would take us over a year, because I think there's something like 60 15-minute episodes or something ridiculous like that. It's a lot of short episodes. So I think we're gonna have to do, we'll have to see what the release schedule is on it and decide what we're gonna do, if we're gonna look at it at all. Because I mean, again, it is designed for toddlers, and I don't know if you can tell from the look of us, none of us are toddlers. It is infinitely not
the maturity level of a toddler.
True.
Well, here's the thing. They had Sarah Jane Smith Adventures, which was made for the younger audience. It was more geared for a younger group. And that was a lot of people liked it. So anyway, we do got to wrap it up, folks, there. So Dave, take it away. Get us out of here.
All right. So let's really quick, where can we find people? Tom, where can we find you?
Here. You can find me here. And with soon here. Isn't that good?
All right. Michelle, where can we find you?
You can find me on Facebook, Michelle L. Hamilton, author, and also my debut novel, Widow's Weeds, is available on Amazon.
Excellent. And Gadget, where can we find you? Oh, Sean.
I thought you were going in order. I'm sorry. I thought you were going in order.
Go to Sean.
Well, my internet's kind of being weird, so do you mind if I just go real quick?
Yeah, go.
Yeah, so you can find me on YouTube at Our Philosophy Is 9119. I have just started uploading again. If you want to hear about philosophical things in a queer-friendly space, I also talk about sci-fi sometimes. You can head over there. I just uploaded a video today, and thank you. I just uploaded a video today entitled "What Will We Do If AI Becomes Flawless?" That's the video I uploaded today. It's an audio-only sort of podcast type deal, but I talk about that for a good 40 minutes. And if you have an opinion on that, which everyone does, I would like to hear what you have to say in the comments, because everyone has an opinion on AI, and that will do very well for the stats of that video. But seriously, if that any of that does interest you, then head on over there. But mostly, I've just been over here doing Doctor Who stuff because I love this channel.
Gotcha. Candyman, where can we find you?
You can find me at my Instagram cosplay. Cyborg T100 underscore cosplay. You can find me here at Legend of Traveling TARDIS. And where else you can find me? Who knows?
Gotcha. And where can people find me?
Like a bad penny, turn up anywhere. I'm going to try to get to be at Bronx Comic Con. Tickets drop soon for them, as well as Anime NYC. New York Comic Con. You can find my books on Google.com. Lulu.com. Right now, I'm just a little scatterbrained because I'm trying to go through this fast for you because I see the time frame and everything. As well as many other things that are coming up. You'll find me at Gadget Pendragon After Dark. My GoFundMe is still up there because the credit card bills are getting higher and the parents are screaming their heads off about it. Because in this job market, thank you to a alleged AI, I can't find a job because of things that I can do are now being taken over by the computers, allegedly. So I'm getting my own.
Sorry. As far as conventions are concerned, Space Coast Comic Con at spacecoastcomiccon.com. You can check. You can get more information over there, but it's going to be taking place over at the Wickham Park Community Center, located on Leisure Way in Melbourne, Florida. That's going to be taking place June 20th to the 21st. Get your tickets now, and hopefully we're going to have a few surprises out there. Speaking of surprises, we got a new event going on, Epic Verse. It's taking place 21st and 22nd in Oviedo, Florida. So make sure you get your tickets now as soon as you can. Also, don't forget that builders will be out with us in ancientcity.com. Can't even talk. ancientcitycon.com over at the World Golf Village Renaissance Resort in St. Augustine, Florida, taking place September 25th to the 27th. Get your tickets now at their site. And without further ado, does anybody have any last minute things before we wrap it up and say goodnight to Simon?
You can't find me anywhere, apparently.
No, we don't.
You have
find me on Happiness Patrol at Happiness Patrol Show. We got one episode left in our Star Wars season, coming up first Thursday of May. Then we're announcing our second season. It's going to be amazing. Every other Monday on Horses on Film, talking about the 100 best Westerns of all time. In between all that, of course, here in Traveling TARDIS, but you can find me on my regular channel, youtube.com/therathole, DOTCA. That's therathole.ca, but YouTube does not like URLs in their URLs. Take us away, Christian.
Got it. And for everybody, before we go ahead and say into the chats, good night to Simon. Everybody on the count of three. 1, 2, 3.
Nice.
Good night, Simon. Everyone, until the next adventure. Tony, take us out.